Now, if you haven't heard the news, there's a new viral trend taking over movie theaters, and it's known as Chicken Jockey. Now, this comes after the Barbie-inspired Let's Make Another Children's Franchise, a blockbuster film. Of course, I'm talking about Minecraft. But Chicken Jockey, it's got fans in movie theaters going absolutely buck wild, and in this video, I'm explaining to you exactly why. Also, we have an update on everything going on the Giza plateau, the ancient Egypt, pyramids. They've discovered these underground chambers, but then they were called out. They decided to scan the surrounding areas, and they found some more stuff. I'll explain that, and we'll also touch upon the new Direwolves. I believe the guy who created, what's that HBO show? Game of Thrones. George R.R. Martin. He's held the very first Direwolf, brought back from extinction, all because, they're big old dogs. Everyone loves a dog, and if they can do it, why not? Those are our news stories today. This is Famous News. My name is Michael McCrudden. Haven't been filming that often, but I'm here. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. So our top story is all about Chicken Jockey and the mayhem it has caused along movie theaters all over the United States and elsewhere. Now, the Minecraft movie has sparked theater chaos, and Jack Black, he's to blame because he's the one who screams out Chicken Jockey, and the crowd went wild. So when he does this and the character appears in the film inside some kind of wrestling ring, well, that's when the crowd goes into absolute hysteria. It's something similar to like The Room, the movie The Room, where they throw spoons, or the Rocky Horror Picture Show. People would go crazy, dress up in the audience. Well, they're saying that this Chicken Jockey is the new fad, and everyone's going as buck wild as they can when the character is introduced. Now, the film has pulled in a whopping $163 million on its opening weekend, and that's in the US and Canada alone. Now, that's great news because movie theaters, they have been struggling since the pandemic, but people aren't all that pleased with the shenanigans of Chicken Jockey and the mayhem it's creating. Kids are throwing their popcorn, they're jumping on the seats, they're causing all sorts of mayhem and recording TikToks at the time that people are actually getting kicked out of movie theaters. Some are saying that this is a danger, people might fall, break their neck, who knows? But I think kids having a bit of fun and showing love and support for franchises that they can't believe are on the big screen. I'm happy to see it. I don't own a movie theater, so that makes sense. Now, there's TikToks and tweets about this Chicken Jockey fiasco, which is blowing up everywhere online. Now, the point of it all is that if you play Minecraft regularly and you see a chicken, well, there's a 0.25% that chicken will spawn into a chicken jockey, which is a zombie riding a chicken. It's very rare. It doesn't happen very often, but in the film, they were sure to touch on this, make it happen, and of course, the crowd went wild. Now, Minecraft is set to change Hollywood because everyone's been struggling. Television's doing fantastic. We have The White Lotus. We have Severance. We also have, I think, Yellowstone. The Western thing's been doing quite well. That's television, though. The movies have been struggling. The last big hit was Barbie Oppenheimer. That carried us through 2023, but they've been looking for a win. And also the show that's out, The Studio, starring Seth Rogen. Well, they're poking fun at, we need the new, Barbie 2.0. They're making a movie about Kool-Aid for reals. So there's a bit of Hollywood insight there. I guess Super Mario's and Transformers and those types of films, they're here to stay because nothing else is getting people out of their homes and going to the theaters. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. Moving on to our next story, I've been blown away by these revelations coming out of ancient Egypt on the Giza plateau. It's ancient, we know that, but it ain't 4,500 years. They're talking like 40,000 years. There's some kind of subterranean system down there, and theories are going wild. Now, the guys who discovered these spheres, these cylinders with some coils going down as far as 200 kilometers, and there's some bunkers at the bottom. Well, they've been getting all sorts of bad feedback, right? People are saying you guys are you're cheating the law, your science hasn't been proven, you're going against what historic evidence and archaeologists have been trying to hide or not, exposed to the general public for a very long time, blah, 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 blah. The guys are basically getting nothing but backlash, right? So they decided to try something new, and they took their technology, and their technology they have patented, right? So they own this. It's a new development, similar to like what they would do in the deep ocean with sonar, but they're doing it on the land, and they've perfected, own, and operate this equipment, and they've decided to take it elsewhere. Now, they didn't go very far. They stayed on the Giza plateau, but they pointed aim at another known subterranean complex. I believe it's known as the Osiris Shaft. Now, this thing was discovered like the 1930s, 1950s, but it wasn't really exposed or access given to the general public until 2008. And right now, the thing's closed. But what we do know is that this thing goes down meters, like 200 meters, subterranean shafts. And then there's a few different chambers. There's a big one, then it goes to a smaller one. Right. So they know this thing's underground. They decided to take their technology and point it at the Osiris Shaft. And lo and behold, they found it. But there's more. They actually found more shafts and more chambers deeper below. So, yeah, Egypt historians, archaeologists, they're going to have some explaining to do. Now, the guys have handed off all of their findings to the authorities or to, like, you know, the mafia in Egypt who controls what's allowed to be shared with the world. And they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do. Are they going to say this is factual, or are they going to write it off as a scam, a hoax, and hide that, well, we've had some other species, intellectual geniuses, you know, other unworldly technology on this planet as far back as 40,000 years ago. It changes everything. It's the biggest revelation discovery of our generation, of our modern history, of our species. Obviously, it's got me excited. I am a bit of a geek. This is the stuff I stay up late researching, and I want to get myself inside that Osiris Shaft. What do you guys think is below these pyramids? Do you guys think it's something to do with generating power? Do you think they're bunkers? Do you think there's aliens under there that they're gonna just dig up and pop out and say, oh yeah, we've been chilling for a while. We're the reptilians. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, our final news story is all about the Direwolf. Now, if you're a big Game of Thrones fan, you'd likely know of these characters. I believe they were also kind of touched on in Twilight. You know, that guy, Taylor Lautner, he transformed into a big giant wolf. Essentially, that's a Direwolf. These things weigh about 200 pounds. They're twice the size of your regular dog. And that's it. They're just big giant wolves. They would eat sloths and horses. Yeah, they were kind of, you know, back in prehistoric times, dudes you didn't want to F with. You could handle maybe a pack of wolves, but one direwolf, he'll eat you for lunch. Well, a bunch of scientists, knowing that their genetics weren't too far off of the wolves of present, well, they were able to cook some stuff up and recreate this species, bringing them back from extinction. Now, some AI geniuses have already put the new creatures inside the arms of George R.R. Martin. That is the author and creator of Game of Thrones. In fact, it could be real. I'm not too sure. Whatever the case is, we're bringing animals back from the past. The woolly mammoth would be a favorite of my own. Also, the saber-toothed tiger, pretty exciting stuff. But it looks like just around the corner, Jurassic Park will be a reality. Who the hell would miss out on that? So there you have it, guys. A few famous news stories. Nothing celebrity today. I've been busy with a few other things going on, but I wanted to get back here and just update you guys on some interesting news stories that have come across my page, my viewing, my TikTok, my Instagram. I'm still on the internet. You know what I mean? All right, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Boom!